Okay, so here we are is your exit. I'm live from Snoqualmie, North Bend. Let's see. So this is your exit. It's beautiful. It's a little scenic drive right off I-90. It's a short ride from I-5 to here. So I'm gonna get off. There's a couple roundabouts, a small downtown. Here is the nearest hotel. It's Snoqualmie Casino. So it's 5 minutes away from your venue, basically. So you can see its little sign right here. So it is marked Meadowbrook Farm. Right there. And I've definitely worked here before. So there's Mount Si. It is not as close as North Fork, but it's right there. You can absolutely see it. The wedding I worked, I helped with florals, so they actually had their ceremony right here on this lawn with the arch and everyone facing Mount Si, so as the backdrop. So does that make sense? The guests were looking at Mount Si and the ceremony here. But yeah, a lot of open field, nothing. So there could be people like walking dogs or something, but here's the entrance.
Basically, Meadowbrook is just, this facility is just this room. There's a storage room, 2 restrooms, and then 1 small seating area upstairs. Max capacity of the building is 125, and that's per code. You can have more, but you can't have more people in here at one time.
Okay.
Parking is pretty limited, so we only have the 18 paved parking spots out there. If you have more cars, generally we set a group size. Like if you have 75 or more people, then you have to rent the field to park in, because it does have to be mowed and all that good stuff. So there's costs involved for us.
Do you know that rental fee?
Huh?
Do you know that fee for
2026? I think it's $383.
Okay.
We do have and provide 125 chairs.
Okay.
And then there's 16 round tables, which is more than you can fit in here. They're 5-foot rounds. A dozen 6-foot banquet tables, and then 4 8-foot banquet tables.
Okay.
Our tables and chairs can be used outside, but if you use them outside, you need to bring them back inside. Do you know if they're going to have alcohol or anything like that?
Yeah, let's assume.
Soon. So alcohol, beer, wine, champagne, that sort of stuff. We don't allow any hard alcohol, no pre-mixed drinks containing hard alcohol. With the rental of the building, both lawns come with that, so we can spread out and do outdoor stuff as well.
And these open up, right?
Yeah. The doors open up, so the outside barn doors just slide along the building, and then the glass doors accordion down, so the door with the handle will open to about a 90 degree, and then the rest of them just squish down at the end.
Okay.
So we do have 2 open air, pretty open air kind of feel. There is no air conditioning in this building, so opening up the doors, turning on the ceiling fans is pretty much what you got. If you need other fans, you're welcome to bring them, but we do not provide them. What else?
What are your rental hours, max?
Whatever you want to do. If you want to be here at 6 a.m. and go until midnight, then 6 a.m. to midnight. We don't do it after midnight because generally I'll have to hire a cleaning company to come in, and they won't come in after that. So I'd like to have rentals in by 11, but we can go as late as midnight.
Okay.
So there's no predetermined amount of hours. It is rented by the hour, so whatever you want. We're a Parks and Rec department. It's kind of a do-it-yourself venue. We don't provide a whole lot of additional services or anything like that. So,
yeah.
Catering, we don't have a preferred caterer list, so you can use whomever you want. Costco, you can cater, you can food truck, you can do whatever.
Do you have kitchen space?
No.
No? Okay.
No, we have a refrigerator that you can use to store cakes or ice cream or beverages or whatever, but that's pretty much the extent of our kitchen space.
Okay.
Caterer. You don't require a bartender, so you don't have to get a bartender. You can self-serve or just leave, whatever.
Can we go back to rental hours? What about noise like?
So amplified sound, the city of North Bend does have a 10 p.m.
Okay.
cutoff for amplified sound.
Okay.
If you shut the doors or turn down the music, you're out here far enough that there's no residential properties right around here. So I've never had anybody have any issues with the police. I'm not saying it couldn't happen,
Yeah.
but we've never had anybody. There are very few exterior lights on this building, so when it gets dark at night, it gets dark.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Have you seen when it's full 125? People would have to break down tables to make room for dance, right?
100%. There's no way you can fit 16 tables in here, which would be what 124, I think, is what 16 is. If you put 8 per table, so there's no way to fit 16 tables in here. You can get 125, but it is definitely tight.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if you're going to do like a buffet and catering and stuff like that. So yes, to create a dance floor, you would have to break down tables, push tables.
How have you seen a layout where everything's comfortable? Like how many tables that is?
Like 12 to 14ish is doable. 12 is probably the more comfortable of the two. Yeah, it's with the pillars where they are placed. It's not exactly the greatest for setting up tables, but it kind of is what it is. So.
Do you know if it's easier to do the long tables versus round in here?
Most people use rounds. Most do the rounds, or a mixture of the two.
Okay, here's that storage room where you can put all your personal items, and the fridge that you're allowed to use for your things. In my experience, this would fit like a lot of cupcakes and a cake and maybe drinks, but probably not. Freezer for bags of ice, maybe like 2 or 3. Okay. I remember this being very small, but this is like the bridal holding suite. Very small and only for one party, basically, so not both bride and groom. But here it is. Definitely good during reception and stuff for the VIPs to drop their items. You can keep an eye on your party. They have a mini fridge for the good stuff, little storage bin, and a couple extra chairs. Okay, now I'm gonna go do the outside. Oh, there's a little rod here for hangers. And they do not have a full-length mirror, which is a crime. So about parking, you heard him say that there is a parking fee for more than 18 cars, which for your guest count, there probably will be. You have to pay that fee, or if people park in the grass anyway, it'll come out of your deposit, so might as well pay it. I like the entrance because you can easily put a welcome thing here, or here, guiding them to ceremony. Basically, it's pretty level for signage is what's nice. It is windy, so we'll have to weigh everything down, make sure nothing falls over throughout the day. There it is. So I was thinking or imagining that we could have some cocktail tables ready to go for cocktail hour. and then bring them out for after ceremony to start the cocktail hour. Or we can have like a welcome table here, and then cocktail tables over here for like early birds who showed up. Ceremony chairs here, here, an arch here. Okay, put on a wide angle lens just to get the full scope of the space. He said it was 460 acres, I believe. Okay, final thoughts from my car. Let's factor in the parking. Second, the parking rate, the parking fee on top. They don't allow liquor. I haven't heard you say that you're stuck on having liquor, so there's that. They provide tables and chairs that can go outside, so you don't have to rent separate chairs to go outside like you would at Rose Hill. The getting ready space is tiny, so I would recommend getting an Airbnb for the weekend and having your hair and makeup team meet you there, and then you guys can go there at the end of the night after rehearsal and then after your wedding day, and then leave Sunday morning. There are a couple hotels around here. Not too much of a variety, but there are hotels, and I'll look at Airbnbs, but I'm sure there's several. And there are things to do in Issaquah, the town over, and that has everything. Chipotle, Target, whatever. I'm thinking about your guests coming from out of town. It's beautiful. It's in your budget. Oh, there's no kitchen, so your catering will have to bring food hot, which is fine. When we do catering, we go as far as like an hour and a half away with hot food. So basically, we have everything in warming oven type, like not coolers, but like thermal boxes, just ready to serve. And we try to set up a small outside kitchen if needed. So there, you do have that lawn behind, so I only showed you the front side, which is the road side, but behind you do have space, so catering could potentially set up an outdoor kitchen. They would have to bring their own tent and tables and stoves to fire things up. You will have to remove tables. Again, I need to do table math as well as parking math, but he said 12 to 14 tables is the most comfortable, though it does fit 125 people. So we will have to remove tables for dancing, whereas Rose Hill, you won't have to move that many or none at all, depending on your guest count. So final thoughts, beautiful, in the budget. You could ball out on other things. You will have to stay somewhere else. I will recommend for you to get ready somewhere else as well. Other than that, they have tables, chairs that you can use. Oh, you would have to rent linens, and that's fine. You would just have to have them delivered here, which he says is okay, I believe, like the day of. As long as we have the rental hours open, I think their people can receive rentals. If not, you have me for 14 hours that day, so I could be here to get that delivery. And then as far as pickup, we would have to arrange for them to be picked up that night. So the cleanup hour will be very crucial, which I'm not worried about. I do this all the time. But I would just have to make sure everything's packed up if you do rent linens. Your other option is buy linens, which I do not recommend because you would have to store them maybe at your mom's house, and make sure they are ironed if you'd like. Some people don't care. It's fine. I'm not judging if you don't care and don't want that, but it is an extra task and responsibility. And then with catering, you might have to do a package where they provide the rentals as not tables, but maybe they do the linens and silverware and plate and glassware if you'd like that. I'll have to read the contract to see if they allow glassware. Some places don't. But either way, you might want to rent, knowing you might want to rent real plates and silverware. And then might as well do cloth napkins. I don't know. There's a lot of variables. You'd have to make a lot of decisions on how you'd like that. Okay. Whereas at Rose Hill, you would still have to rent linens and all that stuff, but you'd have a full kitchen, which means the food might taste better. Sometimes when it's traveled, it's not the same, and that's okay. It's still good food. They allow liquor, I believe, but maybe not. I don't remember now, but these are just my final thoughts. There's a lot of variables here. Still a great value. Beautiful view. If that's what's going to anchor you here, we can make it work. Okay, bye.